If you've made it this far, it means that you survived your math paper or your writing in math class. Hallelujah. Before we really jump into this video, the first thing I want you to do is I want you to pause the video. And I want you to find the length of this diagonal. Solve for C. Once you're done solving for C, I'm going to walk around and check you guys as you're working. When you're done solving, come back to this video. So just like I can take a problem and I can solve for C, they can also give me 3 different numbers and I can check, does this work out with my Pythagorean theorem? If a triangle is a right triangle, then a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Or I can go backwards and say, if that equation is true, then my triangle is a right triangle. So I have 3 numbers here. My longest side is always going to be C. It's not necessarily the last number in the list all the time, but it is always the longest number. And I'm going to choose A and B. So I'm going to start out the same way. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. My A was 8. My B was 10. My C was 16. 8 squared is 64. Plus 10 squared is 100. 16 squared is 256. So again, these numbers are my side lengths. This is how many starbursts it would take to fill that square. So if the square is 8 long, it's going to take 64 starbursts. So what should happen is my 2 smaller sides should add up. In this case, 64 plus 100 is 164 equals c squared, which was 256. Is it true that 164 equals 256? No. That means it's not a right triangle. I'm going to show you over here, even though it's not on this paper, I'm going to show you an example of one that would work. So we're going to say sides 5, 12, and 13. My longest side is going to be C. So of the ones that are left, one's A, one's B. I'm going to write my formula. We're going to plug my numbers in. 5 squared plus 12 squared equals 13 squared. Go through that math. 5 squared is 25 plus 12 squared is 144 equals 13 squared, which is 169. 25 plus 144 is equal to 169. 169 is equal to 169. That one would be a right angle, or a right triangle. Our last type of question is finding the distance between 2 points. There's a super fancy formula. We're not going to mess with that because the easiest way, plot those points. So 4 over to 1, 2, 3, 4, down -3, 1, 2, 3, make a dot, over to -2, up 1, make a dot, I'm going to use the edge of my ruler. You can use the edge of your ID, your calculator, whatever. If I'm finding the length of this diagonal, I can't just count boxes because I don't know, it's not really counting a straight even box. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a right triangle. This side is 1, 2, 3, 4. This side is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm looking for C. Okay? Taking that diagonal, turning it into a right triangle, because then I can just go through my steps. 4 squared plus 6 squared equals C squared. 16 plus 36 equals C squared. 16 plus 36 is 52. Because I'm solving for an actual side length, I need to take that square root. Square root of 52 is 7.2. What I'm going to have you guys do is either grab a whiteboard or some scratch paper, and hopefully we should have a quizzes where we can just kind of practice all our different types of Pythagorean theorem and kind of wrap this unit up. Let's get busy.